All right. Hello, amazing woman. If you are struggling with your hormone imbalance, if you're looking for natural ways to support your midlife and menopause transition, if you've got low estrogen, I am going to give you some powerful tips today. Three very holistic tips to help you build estrogen naturally. So we're not talking pills, we're not talking expensive treatments. These are time-tested strategies that are going to help you replenish your estrogen and also feel better holistically. And that's worth gold. I can tell you that. So, welcome. My name is Angela Warburton. I'm an Eastern medicine practitioner. I've been practicing for the last 25 years, working with women in the clinic. And the work that I do is helping support women through this powerful portal of menopause and feeling good, body, mind, spirit, soul. We know that if your body's not feeling good, you're not feeling good. And we know that estrogen is a big part. If we're supposed to have a lower degree of estrogen when we go through menopause, but if you're in what I call hormonal overdraft and you're really low in estrogen, you're going to feel it, and it can feel terrible. So I'm going to share some of three very, very simple, doable things that you can do that can have a profound impact. And I am a postmenopausal woman myself, so I use this stuff all the time myself, and it works, and with my clients, obviously. Okay, so let's first talk about the number one thing you can do, and that's like you've got to nourish your body with the right foods. Food is medicine for sure, but there are certain foods that are going to build estrogen in the body. So what we eat is going to be the precursor for the hormones that we build. So there are certain foods that are going to naturally have the building blocks to build estrogen. So what you want to focus on are healthy fats. They are the building blocks. In Eastern medicine, we talk about yin and yang. Estrogen's part of that yin system. We need that moisture. We need the healthy fats. We also need to make sure that we can absorb things. So if your gut health is off, that actually is the most important thing. And I'm going to put a link in the show notes for some of my gut healing workshops and resources for you. So for sure, because you've got to be able to absorb what is coming in. So if you've got food sensitivities, bloating, congestion, that's for sure, check that out. But the estrogen building foods, nuts and seeds, particularly flax seeds, they're high in ligands, which are convert to phytoestrogens, really helpful. Soy products. I did a whole section on soy, but organic, whole, non-GMO soy in its most whole form. So that's like tempeh, edamame, tofu. They're going to be helpful. Legumes, particularly chickpeas and lentils. Nuts like walnuts, almonds, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, really, really helpful. All those healthy fat oils, olive oil, avocado oil, and those fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, all high in omega-3s. They're going to be really helpful for you as well. And some berries can be helpful, blueberries and strawberries. In traditional Chinese medicine, we want to build the blood and build the yin. Blood is part of yin. So all those dark leafy greens, beets, goji berries, cherries, they're going to build the blood. If you're depleted in blood, it's going to look like dryness, dry eyes. If you're getting ridged nails, hang nails, that can be a precursor in Chinese medicine too for estrogen as well. We want to nourish and support that as well. So that's a really important part. So definitely building blood, building estrogen through the food that you eat, and making sure that your gut is in great shape. So getting variety, prebiotic, probiotic foods, really important in that as well. You are an ecosystem. So one thing isn't going to be the magic fix. You've got to work on all of you. But when you do little things over time, it's going to make a huge difference. So definitely gut health and the precursor, all the foods that are going to build. The second thing is your liver. Gotta love your liver. The liver has a few roles. One of them is detoxifying different hormones and chemicals in the body. If we have a lot of excess estrogen or not the great kind of estrogen, the liver is going to be important in that. And it's also part of the hormone building, how we get hormones to be accessible in our body. Not the most articulate sentence that's ever come out of my mouth. Thank you for bearing with me on that. So if our liver is not functioning well, that's going to have a huge impact on our hormonal health. It If our liver is not functioning well, particularly from an Eastern medicine side, that's going to affect our adrenal glands and our stress levels as well. So if you have issues like irritability, if you're getting tension headaches, occipital headaches, problems in your shoulders, if you've got a lot of vision issues, nail problems, tendon issues, you're getting cramps at night, you're getting you're getting Charlie horses, if you're finding you've got an injury that isn't recovering, that can be part of the liver system imbalance from an Eastern standpoint. So you're really going to want to focus on foods and lifestyle things that are going to help make sure your liver is functioning well. So if from a Western standpoint, if our liver is not functioning well, we're going to have elevated liver enzymes, poor fat digestion, hormone imbalances. And then I mentioned some of the Eastern medicine. So what you want to do is support that through a few things. For sure, you're going to want to deal with and address your stress. What is bugging you? Where is your stress? Are you sitting at a desk and bullying yourself into working for long hours, overextending yourself, not listening to your needs for rest or communicating what you need, how are your boundaries? All those things can affect stress levels. Going, and not, it's like energy out versus energy in. What's your balance? And sometimes people are like, I don't have time to rest. I can't do it. You don't understand my life. But the micro rest that you can do will be really, really, really helpful. So taking 1 minute meditation breaks. I'll put a link to a 1 minute meditation that I have. Getting up and moving, micro bursts of movement. I'll put a link into a video that I have about that, exercising through those micro bursts. When we because that's certainly a thing that affects the liver system in Eastern medicine is movement. You want your emotions to move, you want your energy to move, your body to move, and you want your gut to move. So all those are really important. So making sure you're exercising, you're watching your emotions, and then there are certain foods that are going to really work for your liver as well. So cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, really great. Bitter greens, so dandelion, arugula, really, really helpful. And sulfur-rich foods like garlic, onions can be really helpful as well. Turmeric or curcumin. I always like things in its full food form. Ideally, supplements can be great, but you can get a lot through food. They can be really, really helpful. Just a very general daily detox tea, if you start your morning with that, can be really, really helpful for supporting the liver. That's going to play out to healthy hormones, in particular your estrogen levels, which is what we're talking about. And then I've sort of touched on this, but the third thing is you have got to honor yourself. You've got to honor your body, its needs, but also your emotional and energetic needs as well. Your body's talking all the time, all the time. So every symptom that you have is your body's way of trying to get your attention. And it will whisper, hey, guess what? And then it will scream. And then there will be a mega horn in your ear screaming out what's wrong. And we want to avoid that. So little ways that you listen to your little cues for rest, for play, for movement, for connection, for emoting, for dancing, for being in nature, all those things, your body's not messing with you. And I promise you, the more you listen to those micro things, the more you're going to fill up and the more you're naturally going to have to give to others, but the better you're going to feel. This is the work that I do with women. I help women not only understand those micro symptoms and what your body's saying, but the holistic or ecosystem that is you. All parts of you need attention, and that it will become clear at menopause like no other time in your life. And so there is an answer. You don't have to suffer, but you do have to listen. So sometimes looking at the have tos versus the want tos. So also listening to what you really want to do in the moment or what you need moment to moment. I remember one time I had deadlines and I had stuff that I had to do, and everything in me wanted to go sit in the sunshine. It was a spring day. The sun was out. It was warm. And I'm like, I want to be outside. No, I've got to do this. And I call it the inner bully. My inner bully was there. Go, you got to do this. And I'm like, I want to go outside. And at one point I went, F it, I'm going outside. And I sat down and I was in the sun and I could just feel myself fill up. It felt so good. And then I started to get a little hot. And then I was like, yeah, I feel done. I'm good. And I went back in. I felt refreshed and replenished. It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes, people. I resisted doing something that took 10 minutes and I came back in. I actually had an insight. Something went quicker. I felt better. My whole system relaxed. Listen to what your body wants. And as much as you can in the micro ways, little things over time, little actions will have a profound impact. So honoring that. Um, I call, well, as I say, your body's talking. Are you listening? So that's what menopause is going to do. It's going to help you listen to what's happening inside. So hopefully that is helpful. Little things, three things, all impactful part of the ecosystem of you, but they are going to have a profound impact on your health, your vitality, and your estrogen levels. Very simple. Start there, and the ripple will be huge. So hopefully that was helpful. If you like this, hit like. If you have comments, please, I love hearing from you. I take requests as well. And if you know another woman that would benefit from this, please forward it to her. I am here to help as many women as I can thrive during midlife and menopause. This is a magical time of life. It is a powerful time of life. It calls for us to up level. What's on the other side, I promise you, is better than what you might have been told about the story of menopause, but it does require you to listen. This is what I call birthing the radiant woman, and little things over time make a big difference. So thank you for being here. Thank you. And I wish you a beautiful day or evening, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.